Well, if you've been watching the crypto markets over the last few days, you've probably seen a little bit of a roller coaster ride with cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin, some of the big names. You've probably seen it go like this, and then today a little bit up as well. So I wanted to dive into this video to talk about what's been going on with the crypto markets. I'm going to be trying to make more live streams, crypto market updates, and stock market updates as well, to keep you updated on what's happening, what we think is going to be happening, and where we might be going from here. So let's start off with the big story is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if we take a look recently, as of just even a few days ago, was trading at $43,000. And just today as well, you can take a look here to see we got down to around the $33,000 level. So just within a few days, we lost $10,000. And with Bitcoin itself, we're down over 50% since the high. And where is the bottom? People are asking, where is the bottom? When is this going to end? When are we going to start to see a reversal? Luckily, today we did have a little bit of a reversal midday. It kind of coincided with the markets going up as well in the afternoon. If you took a look at the stock markets, the markets were looking very, very ugly today. And then all of a sudden we had an amazing reversal to kind of get back into the positive. And what we're seeing here as well in the crypto markets, we're seeing the similar thing happen. If we keep expanding out, the best thing I say is if you want to look at a chart, if you're looking in narrow, the best way to see what's going on is to look to the left, expand and look to the left to see what's happening. And as you can see, we're in this downtrend that doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. But if we go back a little bit far enough and we expand, let's go out a little bit here and we kind of zoom in. So what we're seeing is this level right around here. This is the number that a lot of folks are talking about, this support level at around the $30,000 mark. So we got close to it today. We kind of bounced back, but I wanted to share with you some of these articles that I've been seeing as well today that are talking about sort of where are we headed, what's going on with crypto. So let me share some juicy information on this. Let's pick this one right here. So this one, we are looking at Chris Weston, head of research with Pepperstone Financial, said the sector is grossly oversold, but momentum is to the downside and rallies are likely to be sold. So what we're talking about here, or what he's talking about here, is he feels that we are, oversold, and but the momentum, what I talked about yesterday in one of my live streams was the tailwind. Where's the tailwind? Do we have any sort of where we are actually facing a headwind right now? And what's happening is, with the fear that's happening in the market, the VIX shot up today into the mid 30s, a number I haven't seen for a while now. And that was in the stock markets as well. What we want to look at is, when are we going to finally see some capitulation, some sort of so much fear in the market that's when we sort of see the bottom. I don't think we've seen it yet. And the reason for that is we haven't even gotten to the Fed, the central banks raising interest rates. And that's a big thing that's going to be starting to come. I think I saw a news article today talking about the Fed might raise 4 times in 2022. And I think we're going to see a number of quarter point rate hikes, a possible half point. Inflation is not transitory. We heard that now. And the thing we want to try to see what the Fed is going to do is, how many rate hikes, how quickly are they going to try to fight this inflation? And I think it's going to happen very, very fast. It's going to, they're going to try to hit it hard. I think it's out of control. Prices we're seeing are off the charts, numbers we haven't seen for 30 years in terms of year-over-year increase in inflation. I think this is weighing down on the stock market and on the crypto market as well. And we need to start stabilizing. We're in an unprecedented time. We've never had a situation like this where we've seen this type of inflation, this type of rallies or increases in the market. There was a lot of froth. I think the S&P has a lot of froth in it, and it's kind of getting some out right now. And same with the markets. With the crypto markets, we did see a really nice rise end of the year, but we saw maybe some tax loss selling end of the year, trying to liquidate to try to get some capital losses. And I think right now what we need to wait and see is any rallies that we're going to try to get back up into hopefully the 40s or the 50s eventually, maybe this year. We're going to not see a nice sort of green candle followed by green candle followed by green candle. We're going to see a lot of volatility continuing and a lot of fear continuing in the markets. We're not going to see a nice stable increase. So in that article talking about we're going to see a lot of choppiness still, because the rate increases are going to be coming for a while now, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on households. Mortgage rates are going to be increasing. Your amount of payments that you have to make to your lines of credit is going to be going up. There's going to be a lot of pressure on folks, and that's going to take a lot of cash out of the markets. So another article that I saw, I'm going to bring that up here right now. Let's see. We have another one. There was this one here, which talks about one thing that is really important, which I was mentioning. This sell-off is largely a result of traditional markets entering correction. The narrative around Bitcoin being a non-correlated asset clearly isn't holding up. So the talk of the town was, well, if stocks go down, crypto should be going up, since it's really not correlated. It's going to be a risk sort of off type scenario. But as we can see here, that's really not happening. And there is a correlation between the stock market going down and the crypto markets going down as well. And the notion that it's reached safe haven status appears to be a bit naive. That isn't going to say this won't happen in the future, but right now, Bitcoin is a risk-on asset, and all other digital assets have historically gone as Bitcoin goes. So everyone is watching Bitcoin. So very interesting that we are seeing a lot more of a correlation now between the stock market and the crypto market. So there was another one I wanted to show as well. I'm going to bring that up here. I have to share each tab here. There was one on CNBC talking about John Roque from 22V Research said Bitcoin could fall even further. He also has been using the $30,000 as a target, but noted that the median historical bear market for Bitcoin is down 78%. So this is actually really interesting. $30,000, as you saw with the chart, has held up in the past for Bitcoin. It is a psychological number. It is an even round number. It is a psychological number which should hopefully hold up and give it that support. Now, this is interesting. A 78% decline from the Bitcoin high of nearly 69,000 would imply a potential downside figure of about $15,000, he said in a note Monday. It's probably safe to say that not one Bitcoin bull has that figure in their model. To be sure, we don't either, but we think it's worth keeping in our back pocket in case we need it. So that's a little bit scary to see that we can even drop further than where we are even right now to even slash that in half. Let's jump to Ethereum. Ethereum is following suit. Ethereum was in the 3,000s again just a few days ago and just getting crushed. Ethereum, I absolutely love Ethereum. Ethereum is more of what I call a value play compared to a growth play like Bitcoin. It's doesn't fluctuate as much or doesn't fall to the different swings as much as we've seen. But here we're seeing a big sell. Let's expand the chart a little bit here. I mean, just look at this. This was the few days ago. We were at 3,200, and now with this recent drop, we lost $1,000 off Ethereum. And same thing, if we expand and we go out a little bit, one of the charts that I wanted to show you here was, if we zoom in and look over, the one number that I saw with the previous crypto crash was the $1,800 or the $1,800 to $1,900 level. I feel that is going to again be a level. If you look here, We topped off at 1919. We pulled back a little bit, hit that 1900 figure again, pulled back a little bit. Then we shot above and then had that pullback. But if you draw a straight line across, you can see that this number has turned from a resistance level to a support level here. And we're getting close, obviously, right around this level here right now. Very close. What are we sitting at currently? 2,400. So we could potentially see some resistance dropping from 500 from where we are right now to around $600. The other coin I wanted to talk about was Cosmos. Cosmos, actually, I've been keeping an eye on this one, and it's actually been doing quite well recently and holding up fairly good compared to some of the other coins. If we take a look at Cosmos, I'm actually quite impressed on this one. Up 6% today, but if you can see our recent drop, it's actually reasonably held up compared to the broader market, which has had that more of a down slope to it. I think this one being somewhat in a range has shown that it does have a little bit of legs to it. And there was a article as well that came out on Cosmos. I wanted to actually share that here. Let's pull that up here. So there was a recent article came out right now talking about Cosmos token surges 8% amid airdrops and Polkadot Bridge, which is very, very interesting. If we read a little bit more about this, tokens of protocols built on Cosmos that were previously airdropped to stakers were among the biggest gainers on Monday morning, even as the broader crypto market saw nominal losses. Tokens of Juno Network, Stargaze, and Comdex, DeFi-centric tokens built on Cosmos, rose as much as 6% in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, reading down here, some analysts say the upcoming launch of Evmos has increased interest for Cosmos among investors. Cosmos has been the talk of the town lately, with the impending Evmos launch this month also driving attention. Evmos, previously Ethermint, will allow EVM-compatible applications to integrate into the Cosmos ecosystem. Analysts from crypto research firm DeFi Digital wrote in a note last week. So interesting to see. This one I'm actually really interested to see if it can sort of buck the trend and go counter trend towards the compared to the broader market. Another one I've been looking at is Phantom. Phantom also coming out with some news as well today. Phantom had been doing quite well, gaining a little bit on the day. But as you can see, in the last even 3 months, fairly range bound here. We hit a high here at around 3, got a low down to around 1/3, 1.3. We did cut in half compared to the rest of the markets. But one article that I wanted to share as well was talking about Phantom. Let's bring that up here as well. So Phantom overtook Binance Smart Chain over the weekend to become the third largest decentralized finance ecosystem by total value locked. As of Monday morning in Europe, more than $12.2 billion worth of Phantom's FTM and other tokens were locked on 129 protocols geared toward Phantom users. That's just over 94 million locked per project on average, and that's a 52% increase in the past week and a greater than 170% increase over the past month. So one thing I wanted to, just make note of is crypto is not going away. Crypto is not vanishing, ending. There's still so many projects going on and so much happening, but we are in a cycle. Are we entering a crypto winter? We might see this in the near term. I really do feel that with the upcoming rate increases and central banks really trying to get a handle on this massive inflation problem that we do have with consumer goods rising to extraordinary levels, I really think that in the short term, we're going to see this extraordinary volatility. And with any sort of rise in the markets, it might be a good idea to sell into the uptrend because it might pull back, because we're not going to see a full sort of swing back up into the 50, 60K level unless we can really get some positivity and sort of that issue of inflation and interest rates off our backs. So I wanted to jump on a quick live stream today to kind of share sort of what's been happening in the crypto markets. Hope you got a ton of value. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate that. And make sure to stay tuned for other live streams. I am going to be sharing a ton more on the stock market updates and crypto market updates, along with other news that pops up because there's a lot of activity going on right now. So I